Super Wednesday presented by U.S. Cellular as the Rutgers Scarlet Knights are in town to take on the 10th ranked Michigan State Spartans. Dorson. And the rebound tipped around and controlled by Michigan State. Cassius Winston's three won't go, and Omaruyi the rebound here tonight. Langford and Ward. McQuaid was not playing the last time these two teams met way back in November. He was still banged up, missed a few games.
Orange wasn't who they are and how they're going to play the game of basketball.
Cassius Winston going to work. The floater blocked inside by Miles Johnson, who rips down.
For Michigan State, the margin for error is going to be slim. That's an opportunity.
Kippier with his first two.
That's inexcusable for Rutgers, but the margin for error is going to be slim for Michigan State. They execute even better than you had before.
Baker into Johnson. 10 to shoot for Geo Baker. The step back at the foul line. And off the heel, Winston the rebound. Eyes up, looking to push, transition, Winston end to end.
Cassius Winston did a great job of engaging with the arm of Caleb McConnell. He kind of, we don't see as many post touches, kind of post-repost opportunities.
Good screen from Kippier to open it up for Cassius Winston, and a timeout taken by Rutgers. 7-0 run, engaging with the arm.
Yeah, he engaged with the defender, and by engaged, I mean he grabbed the left arm. Now, there's a good chance it could have been a defensive foul anyway, but that's what veterans do. They understand how to get theirs, and if you go underneath, Cassius Winston is a lethal three-point shooter. The last thing you want to do is give him opportunities to find rhythm, and I like what Tom Izzo's doing here. 13 minutes on the clock. He looks at the under 12-minute timeout and says, great opportunity to get Cassius Winston a nice rest.
Yeah, one of the things he's going to have. Winston steps back at the elbow. Rebound by Goins, but he flips that into the backcourt.
Again, it just takes the rhythm out of the game for Michigan State, who's got something going.
Winston inside. Tipped out to Tillman. Shot clock does not reset, 10 to shoot. Here's Henry, and Henry's pocket picked. Ball loose, scooped up by Johnson. Made field goal since the 12:45 mark.
We got to get back to who you are, and who you are is a disciplined execution-like team, and Cassius Winston's going to do it.
Just shy of 6 minutes between made buckets. Winston. To shoot. Winston, fancy dribble, blocked by Johnson, and a foul is going to be called. Miles Johnson with the personal, his first, team's fifth.
I was going to say that he got him on the head. That's where the call is. So whether he gets the ball or not, that's one thing. Yeah, he followed through, got him on the head. Cassius Winston may have charged. All sorts of mess on that play.
But it results in Cassius Winston headed to the free throw line. Another one of the top free throw shooters in this league. 81%. One more to come for Cassius Winston.
Well, Cassius is going to have to create some offense. That's the bottom line. He's going to have to create some offense. Matt McQuaid's going to have to create some offense, and it may be from the free throw line. If shot blockers aren't present, attack the basket and get him at the free throw line.
Rebound Goins and a foul. 8 on the shot clock. Winston. 5 to shoot. Underneath to Tillman.
What a find. He set that up with his eyes. I would love to see our shot under the basket because
You're ready.
Let's take a look at it. Watch. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the eyes are up. He looks off the play. I tell you, he's just so good using his eyes to move the defense. Like I said, some people use a ball fake, a pass fake, shot fake, whatever it is. He uses an eye fake, and everybody falls for it.
Tillman with the screen to free him. Was strong, rebound picked up by Hart. They were thinking 2 for 1. There's about a second and a half difference.
No one does that in this league because they don't practice it. They don't plan for it. The NBA, I love it that they do that.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Winston's three. Not gonna go. The tip won't go. Rejected at the horn by Dorson, and halftime is here. And Rutgers will take a 7-point lead into the locker room. They've never beaten a top 10 team on the road in program history.
Lack of Nick Ward, you got other bigs who are afraid to foul. I mean, there's a lot going on here that's going to be a challenge for Michigan State in this second half.
And too strong. Baking floats it underneath to Tillman, and Tillman puts 2 on the board. 36-29, Rutgers by 7.
He's so good. Captations that Cassius Winston uses, and it's the head fake. Look, the eyes come up, and so does Geo Baker. Then he finds his teammate. I mean, that's just a fantastic individual play. And Carson.
Good defense, 8 to shoot. Baker has to launch the 3. Will not go. Winston the rebound. Rutgers 2 for 5 from the floor in the half. Barnes going baseline off the fake, gets to the rim. No, won't go. Long tip out to McQuaid. The no look to Winston, and a foul on Miles Johnson. Defense right now. Here's Winston driving into Johnson, and a foul. Number 3 on Miles Johnson in the that spot.
I tell you, Thursday at the Big Ten tournament is going to be nuts. No one's going to want to play Illinois. I promise you that. Nobody wants to play Rutgers. We talk about teams that have made a huge jump. Rutgers and Illinois on the rise. I think Illinois is probably going to be a top 5 team in the conference next year. Oh, he's just gotten so good at playing that old man game.
Now a long pass ahead off the hand of Kithier, and a turnover right back to Rutgers. Rui, the touch pass to McConnell for 3. And Winston skying for the rebound. Tillman driving inside, bucket and a foul.
Energy is picked back up in this building. For a while there, it got quiet, but I think the offense for Michigan State has been better.
There's Winston floating it over Carter. Carter showed and went away, and Winston followed him right.
Geo Baker ended up being screened a little bit by Shaq Carter, by his own man. So ball screen defense, a bit of an issue. If I'm Michigan State, I look to go to that. I look to attack those bigs every time down floor. Because feeding the ball inside just hasn't been there.
Tillman and Winston carrying the load right now. 12 points in the second half.
And a lot of it's been them together.
Winston, that 3 won't go. Henry. Winston backs it up. McQuaid for the tie. Timeout taken by Rutgers. Michigan State, rebound, rebound, rebound. Finally, the 3 falls. Tom Izzo, mildly excited. Coins rebound.
Great job by Kenny Goins, just walling up, just playing straight up.
Here's Winston driving inside. And the first Michigan State lead since 15-14 in the Michigan State rolling behind Cassius
Winston kind of gets a little shove off, and then this is just ridiculous. Eyes up at the rim, little English, Uncle Drew. Joshua Langford, no Nick Ward. Cassius Winston being good, not going to be enough. He's got to be great, and he has been in the second half, bringing his team back, giving them the lead. But ultimately, these plays, as great as they are, what it did was it brought energy back in this building. And it's an energy that this team is going to need to be able to close this thing out against a Rutgers team that has struggled over the last 341, 0-4, and scoreless.
And you could just feel
Opportunity, get your defense set and defend.
There's Winston with the blow by and the foul. Winston headed back to the line. But what a big bucket a moment ago from Ron Hart.
Cassius Winston doing a great job of getting his body into the big defender before they have a chance to block the shot.
16 now for Winston. Sunday on BTN, the Scarlet Knights are back on the floor at the rack to take on Jordan Murphy and the Gophers. Big Ten basketball presented by Jeep, Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on BTN and the Fox Sports app.
And Rutgers, if they want to win this game, they've got to do a much better job defending ball screens. Because Cassius Winston's coming around and saying, "You think I ran out of bounds?" That's the physicality of this league that's picked up in the second half. That's nice. That's nice. screen defense. If I'm Tom Izzo, I run a ball screen every single time down floor. That was barely even a ball screen, it was more of an exchange. The communication defensively just hasn't been there for Rutgers.
And Rutgers down to its final timeout. Cassius Winston over 500 points on the year with this.
It's barely even a screen, and Shaq Carter's just nowhere to be found. It's just something you have to be there. You can't be sitting back and then fall back on your man and think Cassius Winston is not going to bury you. Cassius Winston is one of the best players in this conference. I'd say he's one of the best point guards in the country.
Winston, 4 to shoot. In the corner, the 3! He has taken over this game in the second half.
They're going to be able to get in the half court, especially with these ball screens that Rutgers has not been able to defend. You got a mismatch. You've got Geo Baker down low. Where did you shoot that?
No, Goins, yes.
That is all set up by the ball screen.
Cassius Winston's led Michigan State back.
Kevin, you know what? Look, these are ridiculous shots, and Cassius Winston, one of the best in the country. He's going to make them, but ultimately it's been the effort in the second half. The Spartans have gotten this lead. It's a second half by Michigan State. I think there's a part of this that has been spoiled by the Spartans where you just expect it.
Kenny Goins with the 3.
Lane while you got a guy driving there.
Winston floating it up and in, and he's got 24.
That was better ball screen defense. I mean, it kind of defended like that like the NBA. With this is what we're watching right here. This is a ball screen situation. Cassius Winston, they're going to come back to it. Cassius Winston is going to keep the defender on his backside, and if the big Shaq Dorsey doesn't take that ball away, which he sat back in the paint, Cassius Winston's just going to work his way closer to the basket until he's able to get that floater. That's just too easy for a great point guard in Cassius Winston.
For Michigan State. Winston again. The handoff to Tillman with a left hand. And quickly ahead.
Guys persevere through injury, play hurt. It's impressive. They're not the only ones to do it, but it's impressive. This is a really physical game.
Hit the Kiss on the drive against Henry, and it's a 10-point game. 5 rebounds, he's got 7 assists and only 2 turnovers.
He's been an artist on the floor. He really has been so impressive because he's not a guy that's going to just explode by you, right? He's going to lull you to sleep at times. He's going to change speeds, change directions, get where he wants to go. He really has been that good. And the reason why you struggle to stop a guy like Cassius Winston is because of the change of directions, because of the changes of speed. The guy that goes at 100 miles an hour, he's easy to defend. The guy that goes from 1 to 10 and 10 to 50 and 50 to 100, that guy's tough.
Can he, with performances like this in the final 2 weeks, where clearly the spotlight on this team is on him, can he elevate himself, because he's not already there, to Player of the Year in this league?
He can, of course he can. That's not everybody gets so sensitive about that. If I say that, oh, how dare Carson Edwards, look at it. Yeah, of course, Carson Edwards is great.
Into a double-digit second-half lead. Tillman driving it up. Bucket and the foul. Acrobatics from Xavier Tillman.
Just a great read of the ball screen, little slip action. Not even a ball screen. He just got lost. Omoruyi just kind of goes with the ball. He anticipated the screen, went with the basketball. Xavier Tillman just dove, that fought back, that defended. Struggled to get the ball in bounds here, but when they do, I'll tell you, it's been impressive.
And a turnover to Baker. Baker is fortunate to hang on to it, gets to the rim, and he's
expand, but I like the pressure. He's been behind Nick Ward. Nick Ward really garners most of the attention.
You know what's funny though? Tom Izzo has said that Xavier Tillman is his biggest surprise as a recruit over the last few years.
Well, I think you got to look at his body too. He's really gotten his body to a point where he can get up and down the floor with anybody. He gets whatever he wants on the floor. His abilities are just flat out impressive.
So Cassius Winston with 28 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Xavier Tillman, 19 points, 10 rebounds. And that'll wrap things up for Michigan State. Spartans win it 71-60, coming back from 11 down in the second half to get